Hi, I'm Chris Leader. I'm the president of Leaders Edge Training, and I want to welcome you to our monthly tips. This series is going to focus on how to handle client objections. It's one of the topics I get asked about most frequently by my students. I hope you enjoy them, and feel free to pass them on to anybody on your contact management system. This month's tip deals with the issue of cutting our commissions. Too often today in the real estate business, I find that we succumb to the pressure that the sellers have placed on us. And you really need to think about the costs associated with running your business, the weekends, the nights, the money that you need to invest up front. And the only way you get a return is if you go to the closing table successfully. So when you're sitting across the table from a seller who asks you to cut your commission, you need to be well anchored into the concept that you won't. But saying to them that you won't isn't good enough. You need to be able to demonstrate to them why you shouldn't cut your commission. So I would say to them something along this lines. I have to invest all of my money up front. I have to work nights and weekends and work hard to sell your property. I have to do all the advertising, the marketing that goes along with it. And the only way I get a return for the amount of money I've invested and the time and effort is if I'm successful in selling your house. You see, the only person taking a risk in this relationship is me. I won't get a return on the money I'm prepared to invest unless we sell your property, and that sort of risk requires a reasonable return, wouldn't you agree? The next thing I might do for them, if that didn't convince them, is I'd talk about mutual lowering. I'd say, if they said to you, no, I want you to reduce your commission from 6% to 5 or 5% to 4, I would share with them that's like a reduction of 15 or 20% in my gross revenue. And I'd be willing to consider reducing my gross revenue by 15 or 20% if you would be willing to reduce the asking price of your house by 15 or 20%. That way it would sell very quickly and I wouldn't have to put much money into the marketing. I don't think they'd be willing to reduce the asking price of their house by 15 or 20%, and I don't think you should be willing to reduce your overall paycheck by 15 or 20%. Now, if that didn't work, sometimes a visual is a better way to go about it. I'd take out a trade record sheet and I'd show them what the overall revenue or terms of commission that's being generated from the sale. I'd show them how much money's coming in and exactly how that money's divided up. For instance, when a property sells, half the commission goes to the agent that sells the property. You as the listing salesperson, that leaves you with half the commission. When you take that half and you divide off a certain percentage for the relationship you have with your broker, then you set aside so much more of those commission dollars for the advertising and marketing, all of the web technologies and all of the strategies you're using to sell their property, that leaves you with a very small amount of money. When you think that Revenue Canada takes another 25 or 30% from that, or the tax man, then you're going to find yourself in a position where you have very little left. And they want you to reduce your commission. You're hardly making any money as it is. You need to put that on the table so that they can see full well how much money you're actually making at the end of the day.